In this video, I'll show you how you can self-host Postgres. Postgres is one of the best databases when it comes to open source database. Of course, MySQL is also there, which you have already seen. I have been using MySQL, MariaDB, and Postgres. So I already created one of the virtual machines. We have already updated it. When you do any configuration, you just take the snapshots. Come to the virtual machine. I'll come to the snapshots, and I will take a snapshot. I will give it a name, tutorial. Now the snapshot is taken. So when I want to restore, I can simply come back and roll back here. So I'm ready to now start installing Postgres. So in order to install Postgres, of course, first thing that I always recommend is to update the server, sudo apt-get update and sudo apt-get upgrade. And here it is now updating. Now, before I continue to install Postgres, of course, as I'm using this on Ubuntu server, and this is on Proxmox right now. If I go to summary, you can see here it doesn't show the IP address here, and it says that no guest agent is configured. So I'll be configuring the guest agent first. I'll go to options here, QEMU guest agent, use QEMU guest agent, and you can go to advanced. So it will be default to Word IO, and here we go. Again, go here to shell, and I will be installing the guest agent here. So I will do sudo apt install with Y extension, and the name of the application is QEMU guest agent. It was QEMU guest agent. Sorry, there was a spelling mistake. So here you go. So QEMU guest agent is right now being installed, and after that I will be enabling this as well. I will do sudo systemctl enable, and it will be now QEMU guest agent. So now what I'll do, sudo systemctl status QEMU guest agent. It is inactive, and I will do start. So let me exit this from here and let me turn this off so that this particular Word IO is enabled here. Now I will just start this, and you can see here that QEMU guest agent is enabled. So I will go to summary here. You can see now that I got the IP address 10.11.12.40, which means that the QEMU guest agent is enabled, and I can see the loopback address also and the other port as well. So these were some of the things that I wanted to make sure that you get into this. If you're using Proxmox, so you can just install the QEMU guest agent also. Now we are ready here to start the Postgres installation, of course. So all the commands will be provided to you in the description. So it is to sudo apt install curl. So once the curl is installed, then we will be downloading the media keys, and it will be added into our PostgreSQL repository. And then we will get the list updated, and once the list is updated, then it will install the Postgres. So we will be just going for it and type the password. It is getting the Postgres keys, it is updating the repository. We'll just wait for this to complete. All right, so Postgres is installed right now, so I need to check the status here. Systemctl status PostgreSQL, it is active, it is running right now. So what I'll do, I will be first of all securing the password for this, and here I will be entering the new password, and again new password. So now new password is added. Now we need to enable the PostgreSQL to listen from other network also. So we'll be entering the PostgreSQL main PostgreSQL configuration. You can see here port is 5432. This is the default port. In case you want to change the default port, you can do that as well. So I can do it right now. Maybe I can do it 2050, and then which address it should be listening from. So here I will be uh, going into control W. Also I can search for specific, which will be listen underscore address. So you can see here right now listen address is localhost. So I need to change it from localhost to whatever IP address I want. So I will be using the same instead of removing that. So I will be using listen address is equal to star. So what IP address is to listen on? It is listen addresses. And right now its configuration is exactly same as I wanted. So hash here, and that's it. This one is done. But now you need to also change the access control configuration, which is in the pgHBA configuration. And you can see here, this is the configuration that you need to also update: 10.11.12.0/24 and also 10.11.13, so that I can access it from my network as well. So 10.11.12.13.0. So these are two things that you need to add. So this was your configuration file. Now we need to restart the service. So sudo systemctl restart PostgreSQL. So it will restart the service now. If there was a configuration issue, then it will give you the error. Otherwise, it will work fine. So if I see the status right now, so the status is active and it is running right now. So up to this, now our process is completed, which means that PostgreSQL is now installed and it is accessible from my local server. So what I'll do, I will be going to pgAdmin. So pgAdmin is something that I want you to use when you want to use it on the desktop. So you can use pgAdmin here. So I will be just simply clicking on register and server my DB. You have to go to connections, add the IP address 10.11.12.40. This was our port 2050. Maintenance database and username will be same, and I will be entering the password here and save the password so that I can access it later. So you can see here, this is my DB right now, and I'm able to access it. These are all the databases. I can now start creating the database here within the Postgres, and I can start utilizing that. So this was all about installing Postgres and configuring it. Now my Postgres is ready. So what I can do now, I can simply schedule the backup here. I can go to Postgres. For the entire VM, I will be taking the backup right now. Its size is 32 GB, but it is not fully used. And I will simply go here to the backups and I will backup it now, or I can go to the data center. I will click on backup and I will schedule this backup. I will be doing it every Sunday by 1 o'clock and include the selected VMs, and that VM is 400, which is most important VM for me. So I will click on create. So this schedule is now created, but where it is doing the backup, it is doing on the TrueNAS. This is what I wanted. Retention last 5 backups. And that's it. So every day I'll be doing the backup. So it will be taking 5 backups, or I can even say 3 backups also. So I can even go to Postgres. I can simply click on backup now. It will do the backup. You can see here backup has started. So here you can see the backup is completed right now. So first backup is already done. And now I'll be making sure that the backups are available for my Postgres node. So continue to next video. We'll be looking at the API access to the database, how we can access the database using API.